Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rico here, CEO of Sourcefine Asia, co-host of the Main Channel podcast, and the host of the Sourcefine Asia YouTube channel. Of course, back with another one. It's been a while since I did one of these videos, sort of the talking head type of video. I'm currently on a small vacation, 4 or 5 days in Portugal. So work vacation. I was working for the last couple of days, but from a beautiful location like this. And later on today, I will be taking a boat cruise. Without further ado, cue the intro. Alright guys, so just real quick, we've been sort of transitioning into doing more of video podcasts so that we could kind of be able to post on both sides, and I want to let you guys know as well, we're launching, maybe by the time this video comes out, we would have launched our Discord chat. So if you want to check that out, that's sourcefineasia.com/SFA-Discord, and essentially we're going to be doing, there's wildlings, Valerians, Lords, starting from a free version to $9.99 a month, and for a limited time $14.99 a month, and we'll have a graphic up over my face or somewhere here showing you what you get with that, but it's going to be exclusive content, exclusive chats, AMAs weekly for myself and Mike. We'll have a separate Discord podcast as well, and we're going to be doing case studies. So some of the stuff that we do within SFA we'll be kind of reviewing as they're going on and telling you how we came up with solutions for certain problems and things like that. So definitely check that out. The resort that I'm staying at is called Edgewater in Portugal. It's a lovely resort owned by a lovely Canadian and Russian couple. We stayed here for a month before. The food is phenomenal. I would say it's probably the best food in Portugal. They have a great bartenders as well. It's beautiful, and they're dog friendly as well. So I'm here with Wolfgang and my girlfriend, and Wolfgang's allowed to run around and roam free, like the wolf that he is. All right, so let's get into today's video. So today's video, as you might have guessed by the title, is basically how the war in Ukraine is affecting the import-export business from China and globally in general. So obviously my focus is going to be around Asia and China. I mean, first of all, of course, there's a war going on, which is unfortunate. I know this is a very sensitive subject for a lot of people, so I'm not going to necessarily focus, I'm not going to talk about the politics of it. I'm just going to talk purely from a business perspective and things that maybe some people wouldn't think about, but if you're listening to this or watching this, you probably have been affected by this in terms of your business from China. So the first thing I would say is that obviously the most obvious thing is the hike in gasoline prices, right? That's across the board, whether it's land transportation or air transportation, pretty much any form of transportation that requires gas. And a big part of that has affected our shipping prices and the amount of shipments that can be sent out. Another thing we have to remember is that we're still dealing with COVID, right? So there's still some COVID issues where, like, even as recently as a few months ago, Shanghai was in a lockdown, like a really strict lockdown for like 2 months. So, you have the lockdowns, right? We actually couldn't get our goods. We couldn't even inspect the goods that we had in a factory, finished products that we had in a factory. And we also couldn't ship them out for almost like a month. So there's that aspect of the limited amount of shipments available, air shipments and sea shipments and trucks and stuff like that, and then the restricted movement between countries. So then you put the gasoline prices on top of that going up, and that's been a major issue. So for us, what we've tried to do is, the solution has been to be a little bit more creative with how we're doing our shipments. A couple different things, I would say. If you are doing a shipment right now, if you're mass producing, what you have to do is kind of do a larger order than you would normally order, so that you can make sure that you have enough stock and things like that in case there are delays in your future shipments. Or you could kind of split up your shipments. So what we've done is, let's say we wanted to ship everything by air. You look at their prices for shipping by air, and they're way too expensive, right? So we go, okay, how much stock do you need right now? Like, what is an immediate thing that you need right now? And it might be 10% of the mass production or 20% of the mass production. So we put that on the plane, and then we ship the rest by sea. Maybe even wait a little bit so we can get pricing, because the pricing fluctuates literally on a daily basis. So you have to, if you want to lock in pricing, a lot of times you have to book it in advance. Before, it wasn't necessarily the case. You didn't have to get locked into a particular shipment date. You would have a sort of a loose booking. Now it's like, if you book and you seriously book, then you will still be liable for the charges of the shipment. So that's really important, is to understand that booking in advance will help you with making sure that you get your stuff out. You might be able to get a good price at that moment, but you also have to take into consideration that you better stick to that production schedule, that shipment schedule, because if you don't, you'll still end up paying a fine, or even maybe the actual cost of the shipment. So so another thing is adding a buffer to your production time. So like for me, again, same thing with us, is like we would literally like say, okay, production is going to be 25 days, and shipping is going to be 15 days or 30 days if you're doing by sea. Add another month onto that, right? Just off the rip, add another month onto that, so that you're not caught with your pants down, right? Like, you're gonna make sure that you have enough time, you've scheduled out enough time, that you're not super concerned when there are delays or shipments get stuck. Because a lot of times we've had situations where we had a booking for a shipment, and then for some reason, maybe COVID, maybe the prices of the shipments at the time, maybe the port was backed up, and then the goods are there at the port, they've passed the customs process, but they're just not being released. So these kind of things can happen. It's very unpredictable these days. And yeah, again, getting creative as well, going back to getting creative, you could do a situation where you put some goods. It also depends on, I guess, which country you're shipping to. So for example, just as an example, I might ship from China. I'm trying to ship from China to London, right? And then I get a quote from China to London, and it's $10,000. Maybe if I shipped from China to a closer country within Europe, I could put that on a truck or a train, and then have that go towards the UK, and that might be a little bit less expensive towards the UK, and then maybe on another boat going there. So it's like, it might not be a direct shipment, or you get your boat from China that goes all the way to the UK. You could go boat, Europe, truck, train, another boat, so there's just have to kind of look at the different possibilities and come up with solutions based off of your situation and what your budget is. So I mean, in general, that's basically what's been going on with us. Is a lot of the shipments have been really expensive for some of our clients, and we've had to come up with creative ways to get better pricing. I guess that third and final option would be just to wait until you get a good price. That's another simple thing. And I mean, the basic advice that I can always give, even before COVID and before the gasoline hike, is that you have to get multiple quotations. Get quoted for multiple shipping companies. If you have shipping partners, maybe you can discuss payment terms. This would be an opportune time to really hammer down on payment terms, although it might be difficult to do because, of course, the shipping companies are also going through their own issues with everything that's going on. So that being said, this is a quick hit. If you like this video, of course, comment, subscribe, like, share with everybody that you know. And join our Discord, man. Join our Discord, because in our Discord we are gonna be on there live, going back and forth. We have moderators, so any of the questions that sometimes get put in the comment section and maybe get lost in the sauce, we'll be able to answer those much faster, maybe in real time. And like I said, AMAs, we have a lot of plans for Discord. I think it's going to be great. We're going to have partners in there. We might be able to get some deals going for people, discounts on certain services, and so yeah, there's a lot. So again, sourcefineasia.com/SFA-Discord, and of course Source Fine Asia on YouTube. Made in China podcast is also back. So sourcefineasia.com/Made in China. See you guys next time. Cheers.